Okay.
Can we do that in New York? Do they got an aquarium up there? Can we do that?
I'm sure they do.
Examples?
Yeah. Okay. For f of x equal to 3 to the x and g of x equal to 1/4 to the x, find each of the following round answers to the nearest thousandth as needed. So I'm literally only going to do like 2 of these probably because, you know, there's no reason to do more than that. 14. F of -3. So we're literally just plugging in -3 for x. So 3 raised to the -3 would be equal to what?
That's 1/27.
1/27.
That's it?
Yep. How about 22? G of -5/2. So we have 1/4 raised to the -5/2. So the negative causes the fraction to flip. Okay, so it'll become 4 to the 5/2. Okay, if there was a number on top, like if it was 3/4, it would be 4/3 now. But anyways. So what does this exponent do to the 4?
Isn't it like 10?
So that's 4 to the 5th square root of 2.
So I would rewrite it like this: the square root of 4 raised to the 5th. So the square root of 4 is
2.
So 2 raised to the 5th is
32.
And that's your answer. All right. When I graph exponential functions, I typically just make a table. And I will plot like 3 points on it. So how we talked about, where is it? These points that are on the graph, I will almost always graph those 3 points, and that's it. So something like 30.
I think I shaved my legs last night.
Glad that's in this video. F of x is equal to 1/4 raised to the x.
Algebra class. I shaved my legs.
That's so like weird to think about that they're like,
Who's gonna be in this class?
and they're gonna like hear us. Like that's so trippy.
So I always do a table for my x values and y values. And I will always do -1, 0, and 1. So 1/4 to the -1 is what?
Well, negative 1/4. 1/4.
4.
What?
Negative exponent flips the fraction.
Well, gee, I'm so stupid.
0.
All right, 1/4 to the 0 is
0 and 1.
1.
Darn it.
1/4 to the 1 is
Not saying anything.
1/4. So then I graph it.
So glad Ethan's smart. We'd be screwed.
Yeah. Ethan carries the class.
So -1. Oh, I guess I should put these lines on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so at -1, y is 4. At 0, it's 1. At 1, it's 1/4. And remember there, from what we said earlier, there's an asymptote at the x-axis, so our graph cannot cross that. So it just goes down and across.
Cool.
I love when that happens. You tell him. Ooh, I go to the barn today.
These ones don't say 2. Because the domain is just all real numbers and the range is 0 to infinity. Because they're not shifting at all. But in the next set, it does want the domain and range because they are shifting.
I smell like an old lady. Also known as my grandma.
F of x is equal to 1 over 6 raised to the negative x.
It's from her mom's shop. Like she had like a shop. And she...
That's so cool. That's really cool. I got my shoes from there, so I did my socks from there. So she has the style of an old lady. Or a homeless person. She looks kind of homeless sometimes.
I wish I had those like leggings that are like flayed out at the bottom, like all different patterns, you know. Anyway,
Like yoga pants?
kind of.
I love
Negative
them.
1, 0, and 1.
I love the flared leggings.
Alright, so if I plug in negative
6.
1,
It's the first one.
well, so it'd be 1/6 to the negative negative 1, which is 1/6 to the 1,
Lost
which
me.
is, okay, look.
6?
So look, it's 1/6 raised to the negative negative 1, because that's what I'm plugging in for x. So it became positive. So it just stays.
Alright, and then it's 1.
And 1,
And then it's 6.
6. So then we graph it.
See? I don't know.
These are easy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so at negative 1, it's at 1/6. At 1, it's at 0. At 1, it's at 6.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's coming up here today.
Why?
Because I need her to sign something.
My mom is always here.
Same.
Oh my god, that's
Okay.
so embarrassing. I can't believe she's crying. That's
Well,
so embarrassing.
no, it's not. Because, like, you're her daughter, but, like, I was really confused by Mrs. Hughes
It's okay.
crying.
Miss Hughes cries because my mom cries. Oh, and I think Nathan was up there. Probably because
Is everything crying?
Oh, maybe.
Apparently.
I think my
No, this was just when it was Ariel, Brooke, and Taylor, me, and Joelle were in the office dropping something off right after the homecoming travel, and then we walked in and they all just started crying. They were like, "How are you guys graduating?" I'm like,
It's because my mom.
we have.
My
5
mom
months,
was probably
guys.
crying because of Chase and Brandon, and then your mom. But it's probably because of Chase and Brandon.
Okay. Graph the function, give the domain and range. So these ones are going to shift up and down.
I love Chase. How am I don't know how I'm supposed to go through college without Chase. Like Chase has been like with me ever since like I was like 3. Like what am I supposed to do? I'm just gonna like not be able to play.
Alright, x and y.
Oh.
Negative 1, 0.
We're doing another one of them.
We're doing the ones that shift.
I'm done.
You know how to do this problem?
No, but I'm just done.
It's just, you do it the same way. It's just, you got that y value at the end.
Okay, so if I plug in negative 1, what happens?
It'd be 1 over 2 minus 4.
Which is
Solve it.
Just tell me solve it. I'm gonna let y'all solve it.
What?
0.5 minus 4 is what?
Don't leave us.
What's 0.5 minus 4?
I don't.
This is elementary math.
3.5.
Thank you. Ah! Come
Oh
back.
gosh, I thought I was calling someone.
I'm not saying no more for the rest of the problem.
Alright, what happens if I
Zero,
put
I
in
need
0?
one.
Negative 4. 1.
I'm dropping out. of
Negative
class.
2. See? I can do it.
Where the heck did the
I
negative
carry.
come from?
You know, just because Ethan dropped out doesn't mean I did it.
Where did it come from? Tell me where
What are
it
you
came
talking about?
from.
What number?
Where did those bottom numbers come from?
The 0.5.
I just
minus
rewrote
4.
it so you could see it. Like this one was 1 minus 4. This also is the wrong
I got
number.
it.
This
I
is
got
this
it.
is very much the wrong number.
No! Thank you.
Negative 3.
That makes so much
Well,
more
you
sense.
didn't have that number either.
Right.
I had
You
1.
got a cookie point though?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't correct
No.
it. He's trying. He really wants some cookies. Well, I could put stats in with college algebra now because you're in both classes.
Let's do
and then
it.
You'd have 6.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Joel
so
don't get any cookies though.
I'm gonna tell her. Ethan said you're not allowed to have
I
any
want a pet
cookies.
cow.
No, you don't.
I want a pet manatee. They're so cute.
They're so
I thought you were about to
cute.
Never mind.
Oh no. I accidentally almost said something I shouldn't have said too.
Okay.
All I know is I don't want a cat.
Negative 1, 2,
I'm really allergic to
3,
that, so-
4. Okay.
I love my cat.
At negative 1, we're at negative 3.5.
It's kind of stupid.
At 0, we're at negative 3. And at 1, we're at negative 2.
My friend has a rabbit.
I think.
I hate rabbits.
It's
I'm
kind of
really
cute.
allergic to
but
rabbits.
It's got an attitude, and its name is Smokey. And it's got an attitude.
That was a really good line.
Thanks. Well, the points are like not centered, so it's throwing me off, but it's
Oh.
fine.
Are we done?
We're spray painting today.
What? What?
So the domain is still all real numbers, so negative infinity to infinity. The range
Where's he going?
is negative infinity to 2, or negative 2.
Oh. Well, that
Yeah, it's like
really
you just
do it.
I think. I don't really know. We're gonna go with that.
We're done?
Yes. Please let us.
Sure.
Yay.
Wait,